Hi, my name is Dio, and in this video we're going to go through the CP70, which is an old electric piano. One of the beautiful things about it is that there is actually pickups on the strings, much like you would find in an electric guitar or similar instruments, but this time for a piano. And the CP70 has a long history behind it. It was actually first invented in the 1930s, but it sort of caught more mainstream adaptation in the 70s and 80s. Artists like Genesis, Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, Billy Joel, Vangelis, George Duke, ABBA, Simple Minds, U2, and even more modern tracks like Alicia Keys' Girl on Fire has the CP70 on it. It has a very distinctive sound. We went through great lengths to capture the soul of the CP70. You can notice here in the desiccations you're going to see it says CP70 pedal on, meaning that the sustain pedal is on. We also have the same thing, sustain pedal on, but this time with direct input. The first one here would be with microphones further out on it, but direct input is directly coming out of the unit, so you can choose the microphone perspective you want on the CP70. In addition, you can also see we have pedal off with normal microphones, and we have pedal off direct input as well. So you can totally choose what kind of sound you want. If you want the direct input, you're going to get more of a natural state of what the unit sounds on the inside. But if you use the outside microphones, you're going to get a more natural state that your normal human ear would hear. We also sampled short notes because there's a unique attack to the instrument, and you're going to see in some of the patches we have long notes here on the top, and then we have short notes down here, and they're delicately mixed together, so when you play fast you get a little more of a defined attack on the note, which is important for faster playing styles. All right, let's go through a couple of the presets here. This first one is called CP70 Vintage, and it has a very warm kind of feeling to it, as most of these patches do. You can notice here that we got the sustain pedal on, and we also got the short notes, so you get that very sort of pronounced attack when you play faster and harder on the keyboard. So much more defined attack than you would get with just normal sustain samples. Let me try to play it here. And if you want a more vintage synthy feeling, just turn up the sliders here. And you can also click the edit B layer here and get a very different variation of the same sound. Let's try another preset here. This one is called CP70 Warm. Very much in the same realm. All these have the very sort of vintage, old school feeling to them. And let's try another one here. This is the CP70 and clarinet. So if you turn up your mod wheel, here's another variation on the CP70 mixing Hammond organ and CP70 pedal off at the same time. And if you go up here to effects, you're going to see that we already set the rotating speaker up for you. So let me turn that one on here, and it actually goes both slow and fast based on your modulation speed. So let me try to play it slow here in the beginning. can also do a variation of that. And I love the spring reverb on this one here. You can hear it has that very sort of old school vibe to it. And when the rotating speaker was modeled, they actually modeled some of the room inside of the rotator as well. So that's why you get a little bit, even if I turn the spring reverb off here, you can still a little bit of that room that's coming inside the rotating speaker. It's really, really cool modeling. This next one is called CP70 Bright, and that's because it is. And one of the joys of working on a Prophet X is, of course, that you can blend all the sounds together. So in this case right now, let's just say that we keep the CP7 here, but let's go here and go into the old Prophet 5 samples and mix them together. In this case, we've got a church organ. Let's see what that sounds like. Gotta get the balance right. It's so cool because with all the add-ons, you can essentially mix all these different things together. And as we keep on releasing more and more vintage synthesizers for the Prophet X series, you can essentially do more and more of these things by DJing all the sounds together and make whatever patch you want. It's just a pure joy to have access to all these sort of old school sounds here. And also one thing I love about the architecture of the Prophet X is that it's super simple to go through. Let's say that you want to stay here in Prophet 5 world, but we want to go through all the synth sounds and we want to order them together with the CP70. You can just sit and play like this.